What's up, creepers and geekers? Christy, Atari Creep. How is everyone doing today? Switch 2. I have to admit, I'm pleasantly surprised by my final findings when it comes to the information that we have out so far. Took an interest in watching the trailer for the console, which you should be seeing right here. Unless I didn't download it, then this is just going to be an open space, and you're going to have to look at my hot dog. Big Frank. I watched the trailer for the console itself, and then the 1 hour, what is it called, the Nintendo Network Direct or something like that. I really don't care either way. Don't bother correcting me because I don't give a shit. But typically when I go into these things, I think to myself, well, it's not for me, but I'm going to watch it anyway, because every now and again there's a few games here and there that surprise me. But for the most part, I mean, I pick on Nintendo. Why do I pick on Nintendo? Because they keep selling people the same shit because it has that word Nintendo on it, you know? I had NES growing, and I enjoy a lot of Super Nintendo games. I'm not too much of a fan of some of the other ones. We have a Switch here, and I actually had more games than the kids. But I pick on Nintendo a lot because I don't know. And you see Atari doing it now, literally just repackaging the same fucking thing over and over again. And what's worse is, and I hate to belittle people's happiness. By all means, if this is the type of thing that makes you happy, I'm not saying not to do it. I'm not saying that you're unsmart for doing it. In fact, I'm jealous that you can get so excited for collecting things that you already have 100 of. You know what I mean? And then when I started seeing the Switch 2, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? How blatant is this? They're literally just giving you the exact same console. The exact same console, just slightly bigger, more modern. But then I said to myself, you know what? The day of the console is pretty much, it's done. I think it's done. I really do. I don't think we'll see another generation. Maybe one more. And then it's all going to be something that streams onto someplace, you know? And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe because I don't know the modern market well enough that I am just talking completely out of my ass. But from an outsider's perspective of how things are going and following a lot of my friends here who are into modern games, the climate to me seems like it's going away. Physical media is absolutely going away, and that's aggravating as hell. You are never going to be able to own anything ever again. But it is what it is. It's just the way things go, progress, blah, 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 blah. But then I was watching, after the initial trailer, I was watching the direct, whatever. The 1 hour and 2 minute thing with the trailers for games and a more intimate look at the console and its features as well. And my mind started to shift a little bit because of the idea that the console is going away. I like the fact that you could still put physical media into the machine. Now, maybe I didn't see or hear it properly. Going forward, are they creating it? Or is that just for the backwards compatibility of the console? And that leads me to another one of my points, actually championing this console. So there's a lot about the console that I still don't understand, but what little I do know, I actually said to myself, I wouldn't mind buying that, trading in the girl's Switch and buying that for him. Because apparently we could still use what we have here. But some of the games that are transferring over to the new console has expansion packs. So you don't have to buy the whole game again. If you have that option to not have to buy anything except for a little pack to upload to make your game even better. As simple as a concept as that is, and you're still purchasing, but you're not purchasing a whole game for a new console. You're just purchasing that console's goodies on top of a game that you already probably enjoy. And for that, I give Nintendo a clap. Now, maybe that's something other consoles have been doing for years. I don't know. But I thought that was pretty cool. As I started watching this, I stopped looking at it as a next-gen console. I started looking at it as an improved version of an existing product, much like cars, you know? When I was puking on the 7800 Plus, people were like, well, look at it like this way. The 2600 Plus was a car, and the 7800 Plus is the same car, but with better features or more, you know? And there is a lot of truth to that, and I look at the Nintendo Switch 2 as that same exact concept, you know? It's a Switch. At the end of the day, it's a Switch. But they improved the speed and everything, which, I mean, obviously, technology has grown since the Switch came out. Certain things have gotten cheaper, things have gotten faster at a better price. And it would only make sense that if they were to just do this, just to complete the evolution of a current console, that they would just use new technology to enhance it. And the amount of space that's in this thing compared to the original is pretty spectacular. And I kind of dig it. I'm digging this console so far, if you can't tell. So please excuse me for looking down. I actually took notes during this. That's how I actually stopped the video, rewound it, and started taking notes. And here are some of the key features that I thought were really cool. I literally wrote the word cool after it. The mouse option for those stupid little Joy-Cons. I know they're just trying to improve an older system, but those Joy-Cons are garbage. I don't care what planet you're on. I don't care what timeline you're on. Those Joy-Cons are garbage. So I hope they've improved them. And maybe because the console itself is a larger form factor. All right, now I'm trying to stop this sound fucking smart. It's fucking bigger than the old one. Maybe that'll improve the use of the Joy-Cons with somebody who has big fucking sausage hands like me, big fingers, you know, that your mom absolutely loves. But I thought that the mouse, being able to use them both as a mouse to give you another option of play. Let's say you're a computer guy, you're a PC elitist. The Master Race, is that what they call it? The PC Master Race back in the day. What if you're one of those cats and you like using a mouse, you know? There you go. You have that option now. I don't know if that was possible with the other console, if you could just plug in a mouse, but regardless, I thought that was a cool... The live chat, I think that was a big problem with the original one. People didn't like the live chat. I even went live with other people. I played with other people in Mario Kart. Mario Kart Deluxe 8, is that what came out with the Switch? I don't know. Either way, the one that we're playing now over there. I played with Linda the Gamer Girl and a bunch of our friends there, and there was no chat. There was no chat. It was just all on the computer. I had to have my computer over here, and I was, you know, because it was her live stream. But I'm glad that you're bringing in the chat, and they are doing technology to make it clearer. I don't know. I don't care about any of that stuff. Newer tech old system. The second USB on the top is actually a really great idea. I don't know if anyone's going to get excited about that, but I like options, and the way they showed it that you can still have the thing down and plug it in at the same time, I think that would help out these girls quite a bit, because they use it a lot for like Minecraft and stuff like that, and they're on it quite a bit, and they play it in their bedroom and everything. And I know it's a pain in the ass to have the thing hanging from the bottom, especially if it's got a hook. You move the wrong way, it's going to yank, it could damage things. To have it on the top, I think would be a lot more convenient, and I think that's a cool new feature. 256 gigabytes compared to the what, 8? Was it 8 that was in it before? 16 or something like that? That's crazy. That's a crazy improvement, and I'm all for it. Hey, let's see. Let me get my glasses here. Transferring your stuff to the next Switch, I like that you're able to do that, and that hopefully it's all compatible, and I will absolutely do that should I get a Switch 2. Some of the games that I thought were pretty fucking cool. The new Mario Kart, at first I was like, so what, it's just Mario Kart, right? But no, there was a couple of vehicles in there that I don't know if I recall ever seeing them, but there was a spooky one with the bats. I want to get that. There was a game, I'm not going to try, well, I'll try to say it. It was Daemon Machina, the Titanic Scion. That actually caught my eye. And I thought that looked awesome. Tony Hawk 3 and 4, the Pro Skater games, always a pleasure to play. The whole GameCube thing, I really don't care about. I know they're developing a new game for the GameCube platform to be played on the Switch 2 through their Nintendo Direct GameCube thing. I personally don't like the GameCube. I've never had although I don't have a lot of experience with it, but the little I've had, it's just been kind of meh. Oh, the controller's great. I love the controller, and don't get me wrong, I love getting involved in Melee tournaments. At least I used to when I was in Arizona. But aside from that, I couldn't give two fucks about The GameCube. Enter the, what was it, it was supposed to be Dungeon, but it's Gungeon or something like that. Number 2. I want to look at the first one first and foremost, because that looked great, the second one. At least the trailer I saw last night. That looked really fun. Star Seeker, I wrote the word amazing next to it. Star Seeker looked great. Again, you guys are probably all laughing at me like, yeah, we know that. I don't pay attention to this stuff. And when I saw the DK Bonanza, at first, again, I was just like, okay, here we go, repackaging the same shit. But actually, it reminded me of a lot of my favorite PlayStation 1 games. Platformers with fun little cartoon characters, you know? Spinning around, destroying things. You know the game I'm talking about. It reminded me of like a culmination of those. And I said to myself, Self, you're all about it. The only thing is that I noticed that during the trailer, it was blurry in some spots. So I don't know if these were just like, you know, just renderings real quick just to get something into the trailer. But the trailer itself was not consistent in its quality. And I rewound it a few times, and it's literally at the same exact little clip. So it's not like it was just like my computer was buffering or refreshing. I don't know what was going on with that, but the game itself looked pretty fun. Now, what are the odds that I'll get a Switch 2? Actually, you know what? With my current trajectory, probably pretty good. I don't know if that $450 price point makes sense to me, but if I could convince the girls to let me bring that console to a store for a trade-in, and we can get it at a decent price, at least like $300. I doubt that'll be the case, but yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. I really am. I don't like using handheld mode because I don't like handheld consoles, no matter how big the screen is. So I'm looking forward to it, and I know a lot of you folks are looking forward to a lot of this, and I know there's a lot of negative press on this thing, and I can see why. And I was going to be, in fact, I wasn't even going to make a video because it's not normally my subject. But I have to admit, and maybe it's because I'm an outsider, I was intrigued once I started really listening. Once I started really watching what was going on. Is it necessary? I think so. I think after a while, the ability to upgrade something that you already have and love is a fantastic idea. If you're inclined to purchase new stuff, then by all means, this is a great option. Or if you've been on the fence about getting a Switch now that they've been out for a number of years, you know? I'm that kind of guy. I got a Wii U right at the very end of its life cycle. I had a 1 terabyte fucking hard drive, completely loaded with Wii U games, and it sat right there for the longest time. But I since passed it on to somebody who was really, really wanting one, and since it was given to me and I wasn't using it, I tried. I really did. I went into it, and it just never held my interest. None of those Wii U games did. So I passed it on to somebody else. But either way, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. I know you will, what you think about the Switch 2. I am pleasantly surprised. I'm very pleasantly surprised by how much I am interested. I have my ears are up. I'm not jonesing for it, and I'm probably absolutely not going to jump on it day one because I don't need that kind of bullshit, and I want everyone else to deal with the fuck-ups before it gets fixed. It's that simple. But guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Go ahead and leave your feedback up, down. It's all positive to me, guys. I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, regardless if you stick around at the end. I don't care. I just want to see that 10K. And then once we celebrate, if you need to go, go. But help me get to 10,000. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. But aside from that, wherever in the world you are, I hope you're doing well. And until next time, folks, take care, creep it real, and bye-bye. It's weird that I'm excited about a modern gaming system. Like that much.